I'm Marlayah. Stay tuned for my interview on Inspiration by Loretta M.
And now a word from our sponsors. Curtis E. Nelson, owner and proprietor of the product line S4L. Curtis, tell us the meaning behind S4L.
Well, the meaning behind S4L is saved for life. As it reads, you are really saved when you truly receive Jesus Christ in your life. As John 3:16 said, God so loved the world that he would give his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
How did you come up with the concept of, say, S4L?
It came to life on November the 7th, 2014. Help of the Lord.
What is the goal with Save for Life? What do you aim to do with this product line?
The product line is to really make us ambassador for Jesus Christ. If someone see you with S4L on and see the sign say Save for Life, they'll ask you that question. What does Save for Life mean? And then that's your opportunity that you can share Christ to them by just speaking. Just tell them, if you truly believe in Jesus Christ, accepting as your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, you are saved for life.
The main thing that you want people to get from, say, S4L.
The main thing, I want you to visualize this, that you can touch many lives. Right now we have t-shirts, hoodie, hats, you're going to do jewelry. Go to the website at s4l.saveforlife.weebly.com. That is S4L saveforlife.weebly.com.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Inspiration by Loretta show, where we explore minds and inspire hearts. I'm sitting here today with Marlayah Legare. She's going to be talking to me today about being an overcomer. Hi Marlayah, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing fine.
Good. I'm so glad that you are a part of the Inspiration by Loretta family. Now, you are a young woman. You're 19 years old. You graduated from high school in 2014, and now you're attending college. Tell us what school you're going to.
I will be attending College of Charleston in the fall. I recently was going to try that after I graduated high school my first year, and then I recently got accepted to College of Charleston, so I'll be going there.
Awesome, congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Now, you were born disabled. Tell us what your diagnosis was.
My first diagnosis initially was arthrogryposis, and that means curved joints. My muscles and joints doesn't work as they should, which will allow me to walk and do physical needs for myself. And then about 2 years later, after birth, I was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, and arthritis is just the inflammation of the joints. So
Okay. Wow, that's a lot to take in.
Yes.
And so from birth you had this disability,
Yes.
but you're now 19.
Yes.
You graduated high school, and now you've attended your first year in college. Now you're going to a university. How do you manage? Where do you get the strength and the courage to do all those things with your disability?
Well, sometimes, every day is a different day and it's a new challenge, but I just try to think of it as, you have to keep pushing forward and do what people say you couldn't do, because, a lot of people look at people with disabilities and wheelchairs as them being limited and they can only do certain things, but I try to be an example for all the people who have disabilities that, keep pushing forward and do what people think you can't do. And some days you feel like, why am I doing this? It's too hard. And then you just have to think about, God didn't put me here to thing about myself. He put me here to be an example and a voice for people with disabilities, to show the world that we can do this, and you know, we are a part of the world, and we can make a difference as well.
Yes, ma'am. Oh my God, girl, you gonna make me cry. That is such an amazing attitude to have, and to think of yourself, to not think of yourself, but to think of all the other disabled people and to want to be an example for them. I think is truly an amazing thing. You are an awesome, phenomenal young woman.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm blown away. I'm inspired by you, you know, with everything that you've accomplished. Because some people would have given up, but you decided, you know, hey, God put me here for a reason. I'm going to make it do what it do, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. So I know this is quite. How do you feel? How has it been growing up, you know, from a small child and not being able to do certain things for yourself to being a teenager and not being able to do the things that you see other teenagers do? How have you coped with that?
You know, I was in a chair since birth, so I kind of don't know any other way versus people, you know, who are born, I wouldn't say normal, but born with the abilities that I don't have, and then boom, something happens and they can't do it anymore. I think it's harder for them than it is for me, because, you know, I don't know no other way of living. But, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm missing out on things just because I can't, you know, do what the rest of my peers are doing. But, you know, my family does a good job of, you know, making it easier for me, because even things that is hard for me to do, they'll make a way that I can do it.
Right.
So I have a good support system. So on those days when I feel down and I feel like, you know, I can't do this, I can't do that, you know, they'll help me and lift me up, because, you know, sometimes everybody needs lifting up.
Everybody. I need it sometimes.
So, yeah, I have a good support system, and, you know, I just think, you know, if I can't do it, then that's okay. You know, it's other things that I can do that overlook the things that I can't. So.
You have such a positive attitude, and I understand now a little bit better with you saying that this is the norm for you.
Yes.
So it's not like somebody who had use of their limbs and then losing it, then have to make that transition. But this is all you ever knew, so that makes it a little bit easier when it comes to coping with it, and that's, in a way, a good thing.
It's like bittersweet.
Right. But, you know, I mean, your attitude is just amazing.
Thank you.
To me. I'm truly inspired. And so who or what is your greatest source of inspiration?
Well, I kind of look up to, you know, I look up to my mom, and then I look up to my Aunt Jennifer back there. Because I really think she's a strong woman, you know, going through the tragedy that she went through and how she's still able to smile and live through it. So, you know, sometimes I look at her and I think, you know, well, if she can do it, and she lost a whole child, and I'm here, you know, I could do it too. So some days she lifts me up when I'm feeling down, you know.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
And, you know, having my mom, she taught me a lot. She never, you know, treated me like I was disabled, you know. And she always treated me like all the rest of her children. And, you know, I have responsibilities to do, and she just always treated me like I was normal. You know, I never was treated like I had a disability. Like, she knows my limitations and things I can and cannot do, but I always was treated like a regular child, and I never wanted, you know, self-pity, because, you know, that doesn't get you anywhere.
Right, exactly.
So, you know, she always pushed me to do the impossible, even when I didn't want to do it sometimes. But, you know, it pays off in the end.
Right. So thank God for mom, right? It pays to have a good mom who understands you, knows, you know, what you can and can't do, but doesn't pity you and cripple you even more by treating you like a disabled person. I think that's the key sometimes to having any disability is to not be treated like you have one. You know, everybody. You want to be seen as who you really are. And that leads to my next question. Who is Marlayah Legare? The girl, the overcomer, you know, the person with the disability. Who is Marlayah?
Oh, wow. Never thought about that question. But I would say, I'm just the type of person, who just tries to do the impossible, like I said before. Like, I feel as though that I am a diamond, and I try to shine my light to everybody who comes in contact with me in a positive way, to show them that, I can be more. I'm more than just what you see. Like, get to know me better, and I'm more than what you see. I'm more than my chair. And my chair is just a part of me, but it doesn't define who I am.
Right.
Because I have a deeper power in me that I would like the whole world to see. Especially, like I said before, I want to be, I won't say like, kind of like a role model to the people, the disability world. Because, like I told you before, people think of us as being stuck in like we can't do much, and like we don't matter. Like, sometimes we are shunned. And I try to make the impossible possible, because when I attended college in Charleston, and I'm going to try to live on campus by myself, independently, and a lot of kids probably come behind me who want to do the same thing.
Right.
So I want to make a way out of nowhere.
So you want to live your own life. Right. You want to be Marlayah, independent. Not so much dependent on your mom and everybody else to take care of you. You want to do it on your own. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
you want to actually live on campus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still working out the cakes, because it's never been done before. But just because it's never been done doesn't mean it can't be done.
Amen. So. All right now. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, everybody. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more with this phenomenal young lady, Miss Marlayah Legare. So sit tight and relax, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back after this. Strip me naked, see into my soul.
Hello, I'm Keith White, and I play the character of Lamont on Pathways, and you're watching Inspiration by Loretta show.
Alright, we are back. I want to thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Inspiration by Loretta show. I'm talking to Miss Marlayah Legare. She's a 19-year-old young woman who just recently finished her first year in college, is going to embark on her second year at an actual university where she plans to live on campus independently. She's disabled, but she does not let her disability stop her from being phenomenal. I mean, she's simply amazing. A diamond who is willing, who wants to let her light shine for the rest of the world to see. Marlayah wants to be an inspiration to all people with disabilities, to let them know that the impossible is possible. I love that. So Marlayah, we talked about school, you're going to school, you accomplished that. What do you plan to do in the future? Once you're done with college and once you've succeeded at being the first one to, have that your handicap and live on campus independently, once you've conquered that, what else do you plan to do with your life?
Well, in college I'm going to study psychology and biology. My first initial plan was to become a pediatrician, but then I thought to myself, I think I want to take it a little further than that and be kind of a counselor / psychologist to children with disabilities.
Oh my goodness.
Because sometimes, I've been in the hospital a lot, in my 19 years. And, you know, I've seen the kids, how they're so emotional and depressed because they kind of don't understand. And when I was in the hospital, they would have people come around and talk to you. But I was thinking, how could they know how we feel if they're not in our situation?
Amen.
So that's when I started to think, and, you know, I started to pray and ask God, you know, what's really my purpose in life?
Right.
And that's what he told me, is to help his children. And they don't even have to have a disability, but to help his kids function and cope with their situation, whether it be disability or non-disability, because I've been through all of it. So, you know, what better person can tell you if they've been in the situation?
Right.
So
Nobody knows until they walked a mile in your shoes.
Yes.
I can never understand fully, you know, your life because I've never been, you know, disabled. So I love the fact that you want to help other people because you understand better what it's like. And I think that would be a perfect field for you to go into, and I think it'll be a great benefit to other young people who are in your situation who don't understand, like, why me? Now, have you ever found yourself asking the question, why me?
I won't say I ask why me, but sometimes on my down days I just, you know, think, you know, like, kind of like, not what's my purpose, but, you know, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes, you know, you get depressed because, like I said, you can't do what everybody else is doing. You don't have those same, like, I won't say privileges, but same, you know, physically I can't do what they do. But, you know, sometimes I don't really ask why me, because it's not for me to ask why me. Because, you know, it's kind of not my life to live. I'm living it for God and to help his people. But, you know, sometimes you do feel down. And, you know, we're human, so I mean, sometimes you just feel like, you know, why am I here? Like, why? What's the purpose? Like, what am I going to get out of this? But then you have to, you know, think about, it's not about you. You know, you have to keep moving forward because there's always somebody looking up to you. And, you know, is being inspired by you. And you just have to, you know, put your feelings aside sometimes and think about the other people that are looking up to you and you are inspiring.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Now you're the oldest of 4 children, but you're the only one with a disability.
Yes.
So what's it like to be the oldest, and how do you keep your younger siblings in check?
Well, it's always hard, you know, being the oldest.
I know.
Yeah. So, but, you know, they listen to me sometimes. But, you know, and my other sister, she's 14, she'll be 15 in a few weeks. But, you know, she'll help me out a little bit. But they mostly listen to me and follow instructions. Right. And if they don't, I just call Mama.
So they respect your position as the older sister. But when they don't, you got to back up and call Mama. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so Marlayah, what about one day when you're, you know, a grown woman, once you had, you know, achieved your goals with your career, have you ever thought about having your own family, or is that possible for you?
Yeah, I have, but it's all about, you know, finding the right person who will be able to accept, you know, my situation. You know, a lot of times, you know, I'm a girl, I'm a teenager. I had, you know, crushes on guys, but it's all up to, you know, if they're ready to take on me. Basically, how I think about it. Because, you know, we're young and, you know, guys are still young. Guys don't mature until I think at least they're about 30 or something.
Right, child.
So, you know, you have to, I just sometimes know that's another part that kind of bothers me, because I wonder, you know, like, is guy ever going to see me or want to be with me? Because, you know, I'm in a chair and, you know, are they going to accept that? And, you know, sometimes that really gets me down because, you know, it's just hard in that part of my life. That's the only part of my life I say it's kind of hard, because you have to be careful, because, you know, like, it's not like I can be with anybody. I have needs that have to, like, be taken care of. So, like, it's all about, I just have to wait until, you know, God sends the right one and who'll be willing to take care of me and
be with me and love me and not be ashamed to be with me.
Right.
And those are the things I have to, look at and wait for. And sometimes I get impatient and I just get upset. But, I just have to wait. Because
we're women, right?
Yeah.
We have a right to get impatient sometimes.
So, I just have to, wait until, God is the right guy for me.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, but I do want to have a family and stuff.
Awesome. But I can't wait for the day when God sends you the right person. I'm glad that you have the mindset where you're willing to wait until God sends you the right person that He created solely for the purpose of being with you, because you're special. You're that diamond, and your light has to shine so that guy can find his way to you. So that'll be an amazing union once it happens. But I'm glad that you're willing to be, even though it's hard being patient. I'm glad that you're willing to be patient, for that to happen, because anything that's blessed by God is definitely going to be a good thing, and it'll be something that'll last forever. So good thing. Great. Sounds great. All right. So we're going to take a quick break for our poetry edition. We'll be right back.
Miserable as a winter's rain, like a caged animal going insane. My mind, my soul, and spirit, which once soared, has lost its way and become stuck. The vision for my life's path has met disappointment and harsh luck. Now a haunting nightmare are the dreams that once pricked my very soul. Living in the stain of my fantasy, how I long to behold. Shredding in the fabric of my destiny, completely stunned by the irony that my sabotager is me. I see everyone around me living, yet inside I'm slowly dying. Through all the failed attempts in my life, how do I convince myself to keep on trying? I look at my own reflection and am amazed at what I see. I come to realize that what is not what used to be. Vague, yet still visible, a speck of light remains in the remnants of me. I'm in the process of renewal. My wings are about to be set free. My vision, my future, and my victory is not contingent upon mere luck. It will take hard work and determination. It will take inner strength to become unstuck.
All right, we are back. We're still talking to Miss Marlayah Legare here. Marlayah, so what are 3 words that best describe you? Or better yet, what are some words that you live by, like you, or model your life after? Because some people model life after a scripture or a quote. What are some words that you live by?
Well, first I say the 3 words that describe me, and those 3 words are independent, ambitious, and determined.
Awesome.
Because, I have a drive to keep doing it and to keep pushing and to keep living. And even though in my disability, I'm still very, very, very independent. I like to do things on my own, even though sometimes I can't, but sometimes I like to find my own way of doing it.
Right, at least give it a try, right?
That's
good.
And I would say words that I live by, I just live by, I read the Bible a lot, and, I read all the things that God has done and the things that, that He can do. So by me reading the Bible and, from my family and my support system, they just help me to keep moving. And, so when I feel down, I just, read my Bible and I pray, and I have my support system to help me to keep pushing. So I don't really have words that I live by. It's just every day is a new day that I have to keep trying.
Right. All right. I love it. Every day is definitely a new day. And, everything is about mindset. And you have to have a made up mind about every situation that you encounter on a day-to-day basis. And it seems to me that you've made your mind up that I'm going to be a success. I'm going to conquer this world, and I'm going to fulfill the purpose that God has, purposed my life for. So that's amazing. And I am truly, truly inspired today by you. And I pray that somebody watching this will be inspired also. So what are some words of encouragement that you could leave with the audience on today?
Some words of encouragement that I could leave to the audience today is, never give up on your hopes and your dreams, no matter, what your situation may be, no matter what obstacles you may face. Keep pushing through it, because there's always somebody that's looking up to you or can be inspired by you. So you just have to, put your feelings aside and just keep doing the work of God. And hopefully your light will shine bright on someone else's lives and make a difference.
Awesome. Did I not tell you she was phenomenal? All right, so everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of the Inspiration by Loretta Show. It is my prayer that something shared here today has inspired you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time. Be blessed, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next week for another inspiring edition of the Inspiration by Loretta Show. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that you watch the Inspiration by Loretta Show, where we explore minds and inspire hearts.